Hey guys, this is Tom with DraftMagic.com, and back from last week, we ended up playing the updated list as of the last match from last week in an SCG IQ the other day, and ended up making top 8. It definitely performed pretty well. The one thing I will say is that I've done some testing since then, and what I ended up losing to in the quarterfinals was Delver. I had a great game against Delver earlier in the day, but you know, if he's able to stick a Geist, it really is just kind of hard to come out of if you don't have the image. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that basically, what I noticed kind of all day is that Champion was very mediocre. It died to Bonfire, it died to Slagstorm, Whip Flare, got shot, any number of things, and it didn't really do much for me. So kind of one of the shifts that I wanted to make is I wanted to try out replacing Champion, putting in Geist of St. Traft. It really kind of fits the deck because number one, it allows me to play the 4th Angel and get a little bit more value out of Angel. It's very good with Geist. And then in addition, it also really kind of helps deal with a Geist against Delver just by being able to Legend Rule it. And then it also has some nice synergy with Honor the Pure by getting an extra 2 damage out of the Honor and making Geist harder to kill. Still allowing me to play Talia. What I decided to do, I upped the land count to 24, and then I added a Mental Misstep to kind of have a little bit more early game, along with the Dismembers, and then added the Geists and cut Champion. Been very, very pleased all day with Avenger at the IQ. Main deck Talia has just been backbreaking for Delver. Really like the Honor the Pures, are doing great, and Mirran Crusader is a total beating. So, kind of like the deck, I just sort of been taking out slowly the parts that I don't like. So it's making it more of like a blue-white mid-range, and honestly, I'm fine with that because one of the absolute all-stars out of the board has been Destiny. I upped it to 4 Destinies just because Destiny not only is so good against Mirran Crusader, but is good with Mirran Crusader, but it's just amazing on top of a Geist. So I think that, kind of there's enough synergy to really, kind of, have a good enough reason to play Geist, especially just because Delver, being able to Legend Rule there, and it's just, I think it kind of fits. So we're going to try it out. We are going to do a 4-round daily today, kind of see how that works out, and we're going to go ahead and just do a quick match here, just to to see how this works out with the new setup. But I'm excited about the change. I really want to see how Geist does in this deck, and I think it could be pretty good. I'm not sure if we have the right island to plains set up here, but with 24 land, I think with essentially 13 sources, should be enough to play the Geist. Not with 1 land, though. Yuck. This hand is very, very mediocre. I guess I'm fine with it. It's a little slow, but it has 2 sources. Looks like we are up against the new ramp deck here. So we can go ahead and name Angel. Now we could hedge our bets and name Human off the next cavern, or we could just name, White for Angel, just so we don't draw any land. Yeah, so this is definitely the blue ramp version, which I think actually we have a pretty good game against. Okay, so we can name Spirit for Geist. I think I'm fine with that. And just hopefully we're able to draw land here pretty soon. Okay, that's getting countered. Unfortunately stuck on land. One of the downsides of this deck is that it does have a pretty steep mana investment. You need to be able to hit 3 on turn 3. So I'm not sure we have the right land count, but with 24 I feel pretty good. It's possible that we just want 25. I think 24 is still pretty good though. Oh wow, that's a pretty wonky setup here. I guess we can name human here, or just name angel and have Avenger next turn, but not be able to play hero. Ugh. I think I'm gonna name human here and just hedge my bets. So now we have all 3 different types that are uncounterable. Whoops. And actually we can't. Okay, so silly me, we should have named Spirit. Now we can't actually cast Geist. Ugh. That was a misplay. I guess I've never had 3 Caverns of Souls in play before. And now I cannot cast my image to copy it. I've literally never seen all 3 caverns in play with no other land. And this might just be game if I'm not able to cast anything here. He's got the wolf running play. This is looking pretty grim. I'm actually just going to concede at this point here. Alright, so from the board, what are we going to do? We're going to bring in Destiny. Misstep is still good. We can cut. What do we want to cut here? Image Avenger. Crusader is still good. Angel is still good. Hero. I think we want Dismember for Titan. Not sure what to cut here, to be honest. With blue, he could potentially have bounce, like Vapor Snag, but I don't think he runs that. I think he just runs the other spells here. Not sure if we want to keep in Angel or just kind of go over the top. We might just want to go over the top with Destiny. And then I think that, you know, we can counter his Ponders. Talia dies to Bonfire, but it does also slow him down a little bit. We'll bring in O-Ring ourselves, though. So if we cut Talia, like a misstep, I think that's probably fine. And just run it, kind of run it that way. We can bring in Safe Passage Negate. Let's try that. Let's bring in Safe Passage Negate. I'm very new to kind of boarding this new version of it, so I'm not sure this is correct. But I think being able to drop a Destiny on pretty much any creature is going to be good. The one downside is he does potentially have access to Frost Titan. So Destiny maybe is not as good. But since he also has, you know, access to Bonfire, I think that it's probably still good. Might have been better to keep in the missteps for the ponders. I'm not sure. I think we're just gonna go ahead and trade golems here and then copy our splicer. We could also just go ahead and just drop down Avenger and like wait to copy his Titan. Like this way, like if he like has, you know, Bonfire, we still can copy his Titan and L-ring it. Kind of like that play. So yeah, maybe Ponder is a good spell to keep our missteps in for, just because it can set up his mastery and all that shenanigans. Golem? Oh, some of them, yeah. Pretty happy with Hero here. I think we have pretty decent game plan here, so like if he drops a Titan, we just go ahead and copy it and L-ring it. Yeah, definitely not blocking that. Sure. There's the Bonfire. Okay, so he has Bonfire. That's unfortunate. Bonfires us for 8. We drop to 10, drop to 7. Yuck. So he was kind of drawing off the top now. can go ahead and just drop double splicer and start racing. Or we can still try to save the image for his Titan. Like if he has another bonfire, he just kills us anyway, so I think we need to race. Oops, mistap mana there. Now we're just racing. See, I think misstep is probably correct here, just because it's like the ponders are so dangerous. Although he only has 4 1-drops, so maybe not. Oh, and I missed the Moorland Haunt. Yuck. That was pretty unfortunate. Whew. So he should be taking 8 and he should be dead. Yuck. Gave him an extra turn by missing that. And Zuta's at the bonfire. Okay. So yeah, up against that deck, I think we do bring in the Destiny. I think that just because he's got access to bonfire, like we still want the O-rings, safe passage. Maybe you want to like cut Talia there. Dismember's probably not as important also. I think it's fine against Titan, I guess. And then we have First Strike. Not sure about the missteps. So I think you want to bring in these 10 for sure. So like I guess we could, in that instance, like we could cut maybe like one of the Moreland haunts, potentially. Or like a Cavern of Souls, maybe. I'm not sure. So we cut a lands, like it's 4, 9, and maybe just like cut like an angel. Yeah. Kind of go like that.